Madam and the concierge call a truce, Babyface is done playing coy, and Amp is on the road to healing with his mother. What's good, y'all? This is Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another All the Queensmen video. And this one, we are breaking down season 4, episode number 8. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my All the Queensmen content and conversation. And at any given point in the video, feel free to drop down into the comment section and share your thoughts on what happened in the episode, or your thoughts on my thoughts about what happened in the episode. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump on into it, because it gave us a pretty decent episode. While I am struggling with the little bit of El Fuego that we keep getting in this episode, we get to see him going through the security footage, trying to make sure the timestamps match so that he has a good eye on what actually went down versus what was said that went down. He tracks people down to this place called Buku, where apparently Big D loves their shrimp po' boys. Is about an hour out, and while we don't get to see them actually leave for that particular trip, Big D offers, like, we can go now. They supposed to go to the gym, but we can go now. And they've been giving us very, very small breadcrumbs as it pertains to El Fuego on this like revenge journey. I freaking almost lost it the moment that he said, I wonder if I can kill someone. Like, I wonder if I could kill someone. I'm like, yes, we are on the road. We are on the road to El Fuego Breaking Bad. We're on the road to El Fuego maybe being able to meet his counterparts where they at, because he ain't a killer, but don't push him. Now, Big D, I thought, provided really, really great comedic balance to the dramatic tones in the scene provided by El Fuego, because when he's like, I wonder if I could kill somebody, he's like, yo, that's dark. What is going on? And it's so synonymous with Big D's personality. Like, while I struggle with him just overly concerned with Dom and thirsting after Dom and his whole personality seemingly like his pursuit of Dom, I'm enjoying this era post him sleeping with Dom and not working it out, and Dom getting back together with Amp, because now we're getting to see his personality play out in his friendship with El Fuego. And he is a very likable guy. He is a very funny guy. Like, the actor who plays him has really, I think, brilliant comedic timing paired with his amazing Louisianan accent. It just really kind of works, and I've been enjoying El Fuego and Big D interacting. I'm really looking forward to Big D really supporting El Fuego on this whole revenge arc. Like, El Fuego revealed, like, the smash and grab happened to me. This is why I've been looking for these people. This is what's actually going on. And once I think Big D gets all the information, he's probably going to be mostly responsible with coordinating the plan of how El Fuego gets his lick back, how he avenges Sandra, but also be able to live to tell a tale, because at the end of the day, all roads is going to lead back to Madam. And Big D is one of the very few people who have gone against her or been talking to the popo or doing something untoward, but then were able to talk themselves out of her bad graces and back into the good graces. So it's very interesting that El Fuego is going to have Big D along on this particular ride, on this particular journey. It might be the one thing that helps actually save his life, because the more information I think that El Fuego gets, the madder that he gets, the more he convinces himself that he can actually be a killer. It's really pushing him past the point of no return. Now, while I'm excited to see it, it could very much so be a S-side mission, but hopefully Big D is here to keep him on this side of the line, keep him in the land of the living and not in the land of the dead. Okay. Now, Amp and his mama. I have been a big proponent or pusher for Amp forgiving this lady. However, and whatever you want to say, I did not think it should move this fast. I did not think that he should be saying, I love you to this lady, touching this lady, doing all of the things, because forgiveness, as I mentioned before in previous videos, is for you and not for that other person. And a lot of times we perform the forgiveness and like giving it to this person because they desperately want it. But this moment to me should have been more about Amp getting the answers that he wants, and Amp finding peace in, even with her providing excuses. What we watched was her providing excuses. Her, woe is me. What was I supposed to do? I had no money. My husband was paying all the bills. I was by myself. Amp was by himself. He was in jail. Like, you could have even snuck. Like Amp said, there's women who go hard to make a way for the son in them. And she's like, well, you were in jail. Even better. So you wouldn't even have to provide for him. All you had to do was show up. All you had to do was answer the phone. All you had to do is put a little money on some books. And like, you couldn't figure out how to even drop a couple coins. Girl, be for real. Like, the way that Toni had nothing but excuse after excuse after excuse, and then big ass puppy dog eyes, and then you think that you're supposed to be graced with his grace, and that's all it took after you spent however many years ostracizing and completely moving as if your son doesn't even exist. So I feel like the pacing is off. The pacing is off with Amp's processing of this, and like we get towards the end of the episode and he comes up to Dom in the club while he working. Another thing that's, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Dom, stop making googly eyes at this man while he working. These women are paying for a fantasy. They're not paying to see you talk to your boyfriend. They want to fuck him. And seeing y'all do this little relationship in broad daylight, right in the damn middle of the club while he body rolling over here, they still throwing dollars on him while he talking about, yeah, I wouldn't go talk to my mama. Y'all having real relationship stuff, conversations, and this is supposed to be fantasy land. What are we talking about here? But he goes up and he's like, yeah, I took your advice to talk to my mom. It's going to be great. And I'm just like, you're setting yourself up for a letdown, because what I didn't hear in Toni's conversation is what she plans to provide. She's talking about give her a second chance. I wanted Amp to be like, to do what? What do you want a second chance to do? What is it that you want to come back into my life and do? Because she has yet to communicate that. The little ominous, like indirect kind of floating around, be there for you, be there for him. How? What assets do you provide? What resources would you provide? Okay, he gave you Matty Beats. Are you going to start writing me a check every single week? Are you trying to tell me you want me to come work for you? What are you saying? She said a whole bunch of nothing except for a whole bunch of goddamn excuses. And this is a setup. And while I do still want Amp to forgive her, again, I wanted Amp to focus on forgiving her for him, making peace with his mama being raggedy as hell, making peace for his mama even when confronted with what she did, and the opportunity to be able to speak to it and fully own it. Listening to her excuses and knowing that she's a slippery, slimy son of a you know what, and that she's a coward. Like, that's what I mean by Amp needs to forgive her. Not Amp needs to give her kind words in his hand and like, oh, I've always loved you. He didn't have to give her any of those things for him to forgive her, release the hate that he has in his heart for her and the things that she did, while also keeping his distance because she cannot be trusted. But we're just launched right into like, you know what? You said a bunch of excuses, but it's fine. I'm gonna give you a second chance. I'm gonna move slow, but I'm gonna give you a second chance. Like, you already moving a little bit too fast for me, Amp, and it's gonna blow up in your face. And that's wild, because I'm actually concerned of Toni coming back to bite Amp and this relationship actually compromising him more. And I don't even like Amp. I don't wish him well at all, but I can see it. The writing is on the wall, and I don't want Toni to get away with it, because she also snitched on her own damn daddy. Yeah, and then she didn't even speak to that. She keep running around here with these doe eyes. I want my sisters. I want us to have a relationship. A son. I want us to have a relationship. Meanwhile, she was the reason why the whole damn relationships have been torpedoed to begin with. Toni's ass is trouble, and while she's seemingly like asleep or trouble, she's trouble nonetheless. And when her detonator goes off, when the clock counts down, it's going to be one of the biggest bombs to hit all the Queensmen. And I don't even have a thought of what that's actually going to look like right now. But I don't say I ain't warn y'all. Now, Madam is struggling throughout the episode. I'm going to go back to at the beginning soon. But throughout the episode, because she's feeling like it's a little bit too quiet and something is finna shake. And this is after she negotiates a truce with the concierge. That opening scene, hot fire. Hot fire. Madam having a straight razor to the concierge's neck, and he's like, you ain't gonna kill me, because if you wanted me dead, I would have been dead already. Exactly. Madam, how about we sit with the fact that you never wanted him dead? How about we sit with the fact of you pushed this war forward when y'all could have went back to business after Santiago was eliminated, but you was in your ego. Yeah, as if you didn't kill his brother, as if you didn't kill his damn wife, and you want to worry about him handing over your daddy, but also telling you what a damn daddy is so you can go get him. Yeah, y'all are much better as a team. I'm not gonna hold y'all. That first scene got me excited, because I'm like, oh, they might bump uglies again. I was very much so before this episode sure of like, they ain't never bumping uglies again. They not gonna hunch on each other, but the sexual tension is still very much so there. Now, Madam allows Tommy to arrange for her to release some sexual tension later, and I totally did not need the scene, honestly. Madam, whatever you decide to do, however you get your rocks off, that's your business, honey. But I do not need extended minutes of watching these people do things to each other and you getting off with it. I don't think I'm approved, y'all, but like, I just can't. And while we talking about sexual acts, Midnight, aside from this girl turning into a stalker talking about she want to be your damn girlfriend, this is not going to end well, because the way that y'all are in public places and you are acting out fantasies of R-wording this girl, this feels like a damn setup if I have ever seen one. And you're stupid to go along with it. Completely dumb, but we're gonna let you be dumb because apparently that's your job. Doc's little plan worked, y'all, and I didn't even clock that this was the tea. I thought he was going to try to get the girl to take the damn t-shirt out the lab, but it's like, F the t-shirt, we're going to keep the t-shirt. They done tainted the whole pool of all the cases that she worked on. So little Miss doe-eyed mama that Doc brought down to the club and drugs, she failed her drug test. PCP was in her system and that came back, and now any case that she worked on is compromised, and the evidence that she can confirm cannot actually be admissible in court. Now we see that Detective Davis is going to do some shady business and not get that information up to the higher up. So they're going to keep pressing on with trying to press Madam. Fine. What I didn't like about the scene and how I felt like it was so unserious is that if something like that does happen in a place of business, specifically in a government agency, they cannot just call you out in front of everybody, basically in the middle of the bullpen. That is a conversation that you will have behind closed doors. That's a conversation that her direct subordinate will have, not a police officer whose case this affected, not the DA who should be down at the damn the city council building or something, not constantly at the goddamn police station. Like, you two women would not be the people who would be having this conversation with this woman. And maybe y'all ain't want to go hire somebody, cast and hire somebody else to actually play her manager, but I actually hated it and I didn't buy it. Like, I get that's what they're saying is happening for the story, but none of it tracked. HR would have a damn field day. Whether this girl had PCP in her system or not, the way that y'all talked to her, the way that y'all dismissed her, and everything about how it went down, she has a case against y'all's asses. And there's no way that she's losing her job because y'all were out of line. And at the end of the day, when she starts to recount her time at Eden, she would easily, girl got to be smart enough to easily understand that she was drugged. And that's how her damn drug test could have came back positive for PCP. Now, I want more progress to be made, which I guess in the next episode we will see more progress as it pertains to Blue's therapy sessions. It feels like it's so many of like, how are you, Blue? Stop asking me questions. I don't want to talk. But you got to talk. It's therapy. But I don't want to talk. Just fix me. It's like, it's been that for like the last 4 or 5 episodes and I'm over it. The therapist in this one suggested a more experimental therapy treatment that would require her to talk less, which I think it's going to be like this light therapy thing that I've seen before, which is perfectly fine. I can't wait till we get there because it feels like a lot of times the therapy scenes are a little bit redundant. It's interesting to me how Madam and Blue are navigating one another right now, because Madam spent a lot of time today looking for Blue, and part of the time Blue was away in therapy, and Blue has been struggling not only with the bomb that blew up, but now the fluffer is dead and she had to go ahead and stage the death and make it look like it was something a little bit more pedestrian at her home versus happening at Eden. And that's what she's talking about in the therapy office. And it's interesting to me that Blue doesn't feel comfortable to tell Madam what's going on, which I guess that makes sense though, because it would point to weakness. But doesn't Blue know that Madam has like multiple personality disorder and she's on medication? So like, Madam is not like weakness free. She's not like ailment free. I think that Blue could talk to her about it, but instead she's hiding it, which is making Madam start to resent her and question her. And nobody wins when the family feuds. Tommy, you're gonna have to get your ass in the game. Stop making butterboards, because Rome is about to be falling around you. If Madam goes to war with Blue and Blue keeps hiding or disappearing, all hell's gonna break loose in the organization, and your butterboards and the bread ain't gonna be able to save nobody. Now, going back to the concierge, y'all, do y'all think that the concierge is actually going to honor this truce? Because Madam says that she don't trust him past, like, as far as she can throw him. And I'm kind of with her on that. Keep your eyes peeled. You might have had things calm down for a second, but yeah, you done did a lot of things. You done cost him a lot of money. You done had him lose a lot of people. And he has yet to really show you who he is. And I don't think that he's going to miss out on that opportunity to do so. Babyface. Babyface starts mess with Trouble, who was outside the damn club selling drugs, y'all. Trouble, are you dumb or are you dumb? You want to get in Rayshawn's face talking about some, madam better not find out about this. How is madam not going to find out about it when you're in her line to her club trying to push Tina and Molly? Girl, be for real. You're on camera doing it, dummy. Talking about you just got to make rent. What the hell are you strippers doing with all y'all's damn money that the moment that you go one day without stripping, now all of a sudden you damn near destitute? What the hell is that about? But anyway, Babyface, you come up and you start with Trouble. You throw in her face, oh, you broke. Oh, you can't go in the VIP, blah, 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 blah. Babyface, you are not the person to call anybody broke ever. Ever, honey. Ever. Because you are very much giving what? Brokey. Yeah, you are broke as well, little sugar baby ass. Please. But when he starts it, Trouble finishes and points out that Quincy is stalking you. Quincy got pictures of you and Quincy stole your drawers and was smelling them. Now, enjoy your lover. This puts a battery in Babyface's back and he goes looking for Quincy in this episode. Blue got to stop him early on. Like, you need to get this money and whatever you need to do, trying to kill somebody, you better do it later because that's going to affect Madam Money and we don't play that. So then he tries to roll up on Quincy during tip out. They get into a little scuffle because he swing on him. And then what that boy do? He pull out the paternity test. 99%, you are the father, dad. That was like one of the worst ways to reveal this information. But I guess Babyface pushed him to do it in this way because you literally swung on your son. You ain't even want to sit him down, but not Fuego. Babyface is nobody's calm, cool, collected head. He's nobody's sensible human being. He is an egotistical, narcissistic, raging, ridiculous, baby broke boy. What did we expect? Now, Quincy, I don't know what you expect from here because you got the proof. Doctor seen it. Midnight this seen it. The scene was funny, y'all. But I still got him like denying you. I still got him not claiming you. So good luck with that now that you done found your raggedy ass daddy. And that's it, y'all. That's what went down in the episode. Like I said, it was a decent episode. I enjoyed watching the episode. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. I do have a bunch of other All the Queen's Men videos coming, as well as some that has been posted already. So we get to see Dom in this episode throwing up in the corner. And some of y'all was telling me it's too soon, Erica. I did a video saying that Dom is pregnant. Or is she pregnant? And y'all was like, it's too soon. It's too soon. Why is she vomiting in the club, y'all? I also got a video talking about how Dom is a dummy. Because like I said, we have all the conversations that need to be had about the show right here. So get into the All the Queen's Men playlist. I'll put it on screen for you right now. Or YouTube thinks that this is the perfect video for you to watch next as well. See you in the next one.